It all started with a night I wanted to forget. Work had been a grinder, endless spreadsheets, a boss who thought yelling was a personality trait, and a paycheck that barely covered my rent. My best friend, Lena, dragged me to a club, promising tequila and bad decisions would fix my soul. "Live a little, Mia," she said, shoving a shot in my hand. The club was electric, lights pulsing, bass vibrating in my bones, bodies pressed too close. I was 3 shots deep when I felt it, eyes on me, heavy like a touch. Across the room, he stood, leaning against the bar, all sharp angles and danger. Dark hair, darker eyes, a suit that screamed money and menace. His smile? God, it was a weapon sharp enough to cut through my defenses. I should have looked away. I didn't. Next thing I knew, we were dancing, no, not dancing, colliding. His hands were fire on my waist, his breath hot against my ear. "You're trouble," he murmured, voice like velvet over steel. I laughed, tipsy and reckless, and whispered back, "You have no idea." Hours later, we stumbled into his penthouse, lips crashing, clothes tearing. I didn't ask his name. I didn't care. I just wanted to drown in him, in the heat, in the escape. But when I woke up, tangled in silk sheets that smelled of cigar smoke and cologne, reality hit like a freight train. The room was wrong, too lavish, too cold. Marble floors, velvet curtains, a chandelier that could have paid my rent for a year. And on the nightstand a pistol gleamed, casual as a coffee cup. My heart stopped. Then I saw him, Leonardo Vitali. Even in sleep, he looked lethal, broad shoulders, tattoos curling like secrets over olive skin, jaw sharp enough to cut glass. I knew that face. Everyone in this city did. The Mafia prince, heir to the Vitali empire, a name whispered in fear, like saying it too loud might summon death itself. And I was naked in his bed. Panic clawed my chest. I clutched the sheets, my mind scrambling to piece together the night. Tequila, dancing, his hands, his lips. God, what had I done? I slipped out of bed, my bare feet too loud on the marble. My dress was a crumpled heap across the room. Every step felt like tiptoeing through a minefield. My breath held tight, praying he wouldn't wake. I was almost there, fingers brushing the fabric, when his voice sliced through the silence. "Leaving so soon?" Deep, smooth, like gravel wrapped in silk. My stomach dropped. I turned, clutching my dress like a shield, and met his eyes. He was propped on one elbow, hair mussed, but his gaze was sharp, burning, a predator playing with his prey. That lazy smirk on his lips didn't reach his eyes, they were merciless, gold-flecked brown, stripping me bare. I have to go," I stammered, hating how my voice shook. He tilted his head, amused. "Do you?" He rose, all controlled grace, not bothering to cover himself. My cheeks burned, but I couldn't look away. His body was a weapon, sculpted, dangerous, inked with stories I didn't want to know. "This was a mistake," I said, fumbling to pull the dress over my head. His smirk widened, cruel and knowing. "Funny, you didn't think so last night." Shame twisted in my gut, hot and sharp. "I didn't know who you were," I snapped, yanking the straps up. His eyes narrowed, the air thickening. "You expect me to believe that? It's the truth." My hands shook, my voice too loud. "If I'd known, I never would've." He moved so fast I didn't see it coming. 1 second he was across the room, the next his hand was braced against the wall beside my head, caging me in. His scent, gunmetal, cologne, danger swallowed me. "Never would've what?" he whispered, lips so close I felt their heat. "Touched me, kissed me, begged me to take you apart?" My pulse was deafening. I hated him for saying it, hated myself because it was true. I'd wanted him, craved him, surrendered to him without a second thought. "You don't understand," I breathed, my voice barely holding. He tilted my chin up with 2 fingers, forcing my eyes to his. "No, you don't understand. People don't walk into my bed and walk away like it meant nothing. They don't get to forget me." Fear coiled tight in my chest. "Please," I whispered. "I don't want any part of this. I'll disappear. You'll never see me again." His expression hardened, the smirk fading. He studied me for an eternity, then stepped back, giving me just enough space to breathe. "Go," he said, voice deadly calm. I blinked, not trusting it. "What? Go. If you want to disappear, do it. But remember something." His gaze raked over me, slow, deliberate, a promise carved in blood. "I don't forget faces. Especially not yours." I didn't wait for him to change his mind. I grabbed my shoes, my purse, and bolted. The hallways were a maze of art and silent guards with cold eyes, but no one stopped me. I burst into the morning sunlight, the city air burning my lungs. I told myself it was over, that I'd escape the fire with just a few burns. But deep down, I knew better. Leonardo Vitali had marked me, and men like him didn't let go. 3 days. That's how long I had before my world shattered again. 3 days of jumping at shadows, checking locks twice, seeing his face every time I closed my eyes. His voice, I don't forget faces drilled into me like a curse. I tried to go back to normal, to my cubicle, my coffee runs, my quiet life, but it was like he'd left a stain on me, one I couldn't scrub off. By Wednesday, I was a wreck, exhausted from a long day at the office, my brain fried from numbers and deadlines. All I wanted was my couch and silence. I took my usual shortcut home an alley I'd walked 100 times, safe, familiar. Big mistake. Halfway through, a sharp crack split the air. Gunfire. My heart lurched. I pressed against the wall, trying to disappear as the world erupted. Men in dark suits, guns flashing, faces twisted with rage. Bodies hit the pavement, blood pooling, the metallic scent choking me. I wanted to scream, but my throat locked up. One of them saw me, his eyes locked on mine, cold, final. He raised his gun, and I froze, my body betraying me, legs like stone. I was going to die. Then he appeared, like a shadow through smoke. Leonardo. Black suit, shirt open at the collar, gun gleaming in his hand. He fired once, twice, and the man aiming at me crumpled. My knees buckled, but his eyes found me, sharp and unyielding. Run, he barked, his voice cutting through the chaos. I couldn't move, trembling, hands pressed against the wall to keep me upright. Another man lunged at him, and Leonardo moved faster than humanly possible. A fist to the jaw, the barrel of his gun under the man's chin, a pull of the trigger. Blood sprayed, and I gagged, bile rising. He cut through them like a blade, every move brutal, efficient, final. His men joined the fight, precise and deadly. I should have run, but I was glued to the spot, caught between fear and fascination, watching him in his element. This was Leonardo Vitali, death wrapped in beauty, wielding it like a crown. When the last body fell, silence crashed over the alley. My breaths were short, sharp, my palms slick with sweat. I thought he'd leave me there, let me crawl back to my life. I was wrong. His shoes clicked on the pavement as he strode toward me, unhurried, like the bloodbath was just another Tuesday. He stopped a foot away, his gaze sweeping over me, making me shiver. 3 days, he said, almost to himself. I wondered how long it'd take for fate to put you back in my path. I shook my head, frantic. No, this isn't fate. This is a mistake. I shouldn't be here. He tilted his head, studying me like a puzzle. And yet, here you are, right where I need you. My stomach twisted. I don't want to be part of this, I whispered, my voice cracking. He reached out, and I flinched. But he only brushed a strand of hair from my face, his touch almost gentle, but his eyes told the truth. You already are, he murmured. You saw too much. And men like me don't leave loose ends. My heart stopped. Are you going to kill me? His smirk returned, the one that made me want to slap him and kiss him at the same time. If I were going to kill you, little dove, you'd already be dead. The nickname burned, soft and possessive. Then what do you want? I demanded, anger flickering through my fear. His smirk faded, his eyes cold. Your silence. And I don't trust silence unless it belongs to me. I blinked, confused. What does that mean? His voice dropped, low and dangerous. It means you belong to me now. Stay close, and you live. Run, and I find you. Betray me, and I bury you. Panic clawed my chest. Why me? I'm nobody. His eyes softened for a split second, then hardened again. Nobody caught my attention like you did. Nobody touches me and walks away. You're mine now. The word mine was a chain around my throat. I wanted to fight, to scream, but my body betrayed me, a spark igniting under the fear. I don't want this, I whispered. He leaned closer, his breath warm against my ear. You'll learn to. He turned, motioning to his men. Take her. Rough hands grabbed my arms and I gasped, struggling, but his voice cut through. Don't fight them. They won't hurt you unless I tell them to. I froze as they dragged me to a sleek black car. His eyes locked on mine as the door opened, and for a moment, I saw something worse than cruelty, certainty. This was already decided. The door slammed shut, and my old life was gone. The car ride felt like a funeral. Leather seats, tinted windows, silent men like steel walls on either side of me. The city blurred past, each streetlight a reminder I wasn't going home. When we stopped, I was pulled out, my legs shaky, into a world that wasn't mine. A mansion loomed, iron gates, statues like sentinels, stone walls glowing under golden lamps. It wasn't a house. It was a fortress. Leonardo stood at the top of the steps, hands in his pockets, sleeves rolled up, tattoos flexing. His eyes pinned me in place. "Bring her inside," he said, calm as if this was routine. The guards pushed me forward, and I stumbled, swallowed by the mansion's grandeur. Inside, it was overwhelming: chandeliers dripping crystals, paintings worth more than my life, rugs I was afraid to step on. But it wasn't warm. It was a cage dressed in gold. Leonardo dismissed the guards, and suddenly, it was just us. Silence choked the air. I clutched my bag, heart thrashing. "You can't keep me here," I said, forcing the words out. He stepped closer, deliberate. "Can't I?" His voice was a challenge. "I'm not one of your women or toys or whatever you think this is," he chuckled, low and humorless. "And yet, here you are. Funny how life works, isn't it?" Tears burned my eyes. "Please, I just want my life back." His expression hardened. "There's no going back. You saw too much. You know too much. Do you think I can let you walk out after tonight?" I wouldn't say anything, I insisted, tears spilling. "I swear." He cut me off sharp. "People swear. Then they break it. Then I have to kill them. I'd rather not test you." I flinched, trembling. His hand reached out, tilting my chin up, his touch warm, terrifyingly intimate. Two kinds of people in my world, Dove. Those who belong to me, and those in the ground. "Which one are you?" There was no choice. I whispered, "I don't want to die." His lips curved, victorious. "Good girl." The words sent heat through me, shameful and unwanted. He gestured to a staircase. "Come, see where you'll stay." I followed, because what else could I do? The room was a dream: silk-draped bed, fireplace glowing, windows overlooking gardens. Bigger than my apartment, but a trap all the same. "You're keeping me prisoner in luxury," I said, incredulous. "Do you expect me to thank you?" He smirked. "No, I expect you to understand your position. Comfort doesn't erase the cage, but it makes it bearable." I collapsed onto the bed, hands shaking. He crouched in front of me, eye level. "You think I'm a monster?" "I know you are," I whispered. He didn't flinch. "Maybe, but monsters can be useful. Stick close, and no one else touches you. Defy me, and I'm the last thing you see." I stared at him, hating the pull I felt, the fire under the fear. He stood, adjusting his shirt. "Rest. Tomorrow, we talk about what I expect." "What do you expect?" I asked, barely audible. His gaze darkened, hungry. "Everything." I lay awake, the ceiling a canvas for my fears. The room was too perfect, every corner whispering danger. His words, "You belong to me," chained me to this place. I'd never belonged to anyone, not really. But Leonardo's claim wasn't a request. It was law. Sleep came in fragments, dreams of his eyes, his voice, threats twisting into promises. I jolted awake, sweat slick, to find him leaning against the fireplace, flames painting him in gold and shadow. "What are you doing here?" I croaked. "Watching," he said, like it was normal. I pulled the blanket tighter. "That's not normal." He straightened, stepping closer. "You're in my house, my bed, under my protection. Nothing's normal about this. I didn't ask for your protection, but you need it." He sat on the bed, the mattress dipping, his heat too close. "From everyone. You don't know this world, Dev. You're a target now." My stomach twisted. "So, you've dragged me into your war?" His jaw clenched, a flicker of pain in his eyes. "There's a war coming. My uncle, Matteo, wants my father's empire. He's circling, and I can't show weakness. You saw too much. You're leverage now." My heart raced. "Why tell me this?" "Because you're in it. My enemies will know you're here. I need you in my hands, not theirs." His hand brushed mine, soft but burning. "You can be afraid of me, or stand beside me. Fear makes people stupid, and stupid people don't last long." I jerked my hand back, his touch lingering. "Get some rest," he said, leaving me trembling in the dark. Morning brought a maid with a tray of food and a black dress. She didn't speak, just left quickly, like she feared the walls. I dressed, my hands unsteady, and followed a guard to Leonardo's study. Cigar smoke hung thick, papers and maps scattered on his desk, red circles marking the city. He looked up, whiskey in hand, eyes pinning me. Sit. I obeyed, hands clenched. You asked what happens to you. You stay close. Learn this world. Do what I say. I'm not built for this, I said, desperate. Neither was I once, he replied, cold. You adapt or die. You walked into my fire without flinching. That tells me you can survive. Anger flared. That wasn't survival. That was a mistake. His smirk was sharp. Mistakes are just choices with consequences. You're living yours now. Days blurred. Leonardo's presence inescapable. His gaze followed me, his touch accidental or not igniting fire. I told myself it was fear, not attraction, but my body betrayed me. One night, he took me to his club, the air thick with music and danger. Upstairs on a balcony overlooking the chaos, he stood close, his breath on my ear. This is power, he said. Every drink, every secret, it's mine. Matteo wants to poison it. You're part of it now. I didn't ask to be, I whispered. His hand rested on my back, possessive. You walked into my world, Dove. It won't let you go. I turned to protest, but his eyes stopped me, molten and consuming. Stop calling me that, I said, softer than I meant. Why? Because you hate it, or because you're starting to believe it. His hand slid to my neck, and when he kissed me, the world vanished. Fierce, demanding, it burned away my resistance. My hands clutched his shirt, pulling him closer, even as my mind screamed wrong. When he pulled back, our breaths mingled. You can lie to yourself, he murmured, but not to me. I feel you tremble. You crave me. I shoved him weakly. You're arrogant. Not everything, he said, softer. Just the things I can't live without. His words were heavier than chains. The next day, I overheard something I shouldn't have. Passing his study, I froze at voices Leonardo's and another's. We've got a leak, the stranger said. Someone close. My blood ran cold. Find them, Leonardo growled. Before I do. I backed away, heart racing. A traitor in his circle, and if he suspected me, I was dead. Paranoia gnawed at me, every glance sharp, every silence heavy. At lunch, he cornered me, dismissing everyone. You're hiding something, he said, slamming the table. I flinched. I'm not. Don't lie to me. I see it the way you flinch. Avoid my eyes. Panic surged. I'm scared, I admitted, the truth spilling. Of you. This place, everything. His eyes softened, his fingers brushing mine. You don't have to fear me. Everyone else? Yes. Never me. The lie broke me, because he was the one I feared most. That night, in the gardens, a stranger appeared, Matteo, Leonardo's uncle, his smile cruel. Well, the dove. My blood froze. Who are